Hi, welcome back. I'm Joe. This is the Ultimate Love Letter, and thank you for joining the conversation. I want to give a quick shout out to our beautiful new YouTube subscribers. We've gained 5 more. As you know, if you are here, you know that I am praying over every single follower of our show. By the way, we have 4 new followers on Spotify and 5 more subscribers on YouTube. And so I want to welcome the 9 beautiful new souls to our community and let you know that your presence is completely appreciated. Also, your presence is being prayed over by yours truly. As you know, those of us who have been in our community, I pray over every single follower of our platform. I consider you founders of the Ultimate Love Letter. You are the beginning souls on our mission to 1 million for God's kingdom. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And with that, I want to get right into money matters. Something just hit me today, regarding the topic of money and how money is a tool. And so I just felt led to get into it on our conversation today. I've always heard money is a tool. And I think it was only today where I really grasped what that really meant. So I have goals, I have dreams, I have desires, I have things that I'm very much actively pursuing. And with that, I have a certain dollar amount, if you will, in my head. Something that I am journaling about, something that I am thanking God about every single day. I am feeling it every single day. That dollar amount has also just organically, it's been created, in the spiritual. And because it has been, I feel it, in this physical realm. So it's created in the spiritual and I feel it in the physical realm. Although that number is not reflected as of today in my physical reality, I feel it deeply in my spiritual reality. And that is a sign. Once we feel it in the spiritual, that is a sign that it will soon manifest when the time is right into reality. And so as I've been feeling about this abundance, this number, quote unquote, in my mind, in my head, on paper, I want to make sure I check in often that I am aligned with the reason behind the number. Now, I had spoken about, recently about, a few years ago, I was on a trip. I was traveling to Hawaii and I was on a very limited budget, right? This is all before I unlocked the truth and I healed wounds on my finances. I was at the time living paycheck to paycheck. And at the time, I was just learning to trust God for everything, including the money that came. And as I was traveling to Hawaii, I remember writing out a check to myself in the amount of $600 because that's what I wanted to take with me on this, I think it was like 4-day trip to Hawaii. And as I wrote it out to myself, right, just believing God for it, I could almost literally hear God laugh. And what he said was, what I heard in my mind was, is that all you want? Right? Like, you're just believing me for $600 for 4 days? Like, really? And I heard that so clear. So immediately I said, no, God, that is not all I want. And I ripped up the check and I just released it. And I said, God, I want an unlimited amount. I want to be able to live freely and go freely. And that was actually the first time I took the trip and everything was taken care of. I went on beautiful tours and excursions and I ate in beautiful restaurants, and God carried me through that trip. And it was only the beginning of me learning that God is the source of everything. And I don't need to put a quote unquote number to it. So as I'm speeding ahead, many years later, as I've learned now to just heal the blockages that keep me from unlimited wealth, I check in with that number, quote unquote, that I have in my mind. And I am making sure that I am not putting that number in my head as a limit to what is the amount to come, but yet to make sure that I'm aligning with the truth of why I am asking for a certain amount. Yet again, many years later, after learning about my, the magic that was Hawaii and the $600 check. So I was reading a blog today that said money is a tool. And today it really registered more than any other day. So as I was checking into that truth, that money is a tool, should never be the goal. As I'm looking through Instagram and I see, so many quotes on, money is the goal and chasing the bag and trying to make more money. All of that is great. That is certainly what I want to do as well. But I urge anyone who is saying, money is the goal, to sit down and define why is it the goal? And is it more that you understand that money is a tool and you want to use that tool in a certain way, then getting clear on why, or how rather, you will be using that money, that windfall, that good fortune when it arrives. Because as we know, right, we're not taking it with us. As we know, no one ever died wishing that they spent more time with their money. Actually, if you have had the experience of being with people in their last moments and you just are engaged in conversations with them as they're transitioning, if you've ever had that experience, then you will know, because I've had that experience a couple times, then you will know what they're saying is they're reflecting on their life and their experiences and what they did with the money, the trips that they took, the charities that they donated to, the beautiful, comfortable experiences and possessions that they're leaving on as their legacy to their family. This is what should be the goal. And I'm reminded today that as we focus on the goal, rather the money, rather the tool, then we create actually a space to allow it to flow effortlessly. So for me today, I had to redefine or really get even further clearer on why I hold, that dollar amount. And even though that dollar amount is an explosive amount, it's grand, it's abundance. If I'm not careful with that dollar amount just in my mind, I can limit myself to only that dollar amount. And so I had to ask myself, is that dollar amount going to bring me security? Do I feel like I need that much money in the bank and in investments so that I can feel secure in myself? And immediately when I sat with that question, I immediately turned to God and I said, absolutely, God, no. I know that you are my security. I know that you are the source, regardless of how much money I have in the bank, how much investments that I have holding. It is you that is the cause of it all. So why do I hold a certain amount, a number in my head? I have a dream for a wellness center in Los Angeles. When I was growing up, I knew that, there was what seemed to be an abundance of boys and girls clubs and rec centers. It just seemed like the city, if not the country, invested in our youth when I was growing up in the 80s. It doesn't seem like that so much today. So my passion, my goal, my drive is to create at least one wellness center in Los Angeles where it needs to be the most, right? In our more underprivileged areas in Los Angeles where there isn't any. And in that wellness center, I want to be able to teach first and foremost the power of our mind, the power of alignment with source. I want to be able to teach another lifestyle, meaning another food lifestyle, another way of eating. You know, it's not all, or it doesn't need to be all, meat and dairy. It could be something more sustainable. Maybe it's a more plant-based diet. I want to be able to teach that. I want to be able to teach yoga and connection with the mind and the body and how it's all connected, right? I want to be able to teach or bring others to teach, because I'm not knowledge in this area, but bring others that will teach the stock market, because that's how the rich stays rich. I want to be able to teach harmony and love and what's created from that standpoint. So a portion of the money that I am intending to create in reality will go to support a wellness center in Los Angeles. So that was me getting really clear on using money as a tool. Another thing is, yes, I do want to be able to protect my art. And protect my art, meaning if I need to one day work a 9-to-5 to protect the freedom of my art, the freedom of being able to speak on these platforms, then I will certainly do that. I will go and work a 9-to-5 because I'm not putting the pressure on my art to create money for me. I will protect my art by creating money for it so that I keep a platform to be able to preach what I believe to be true, to be able to preach, and have freedom to express and to express the way I view life, period. And I intend that for you as well. We need your gifts. We need your free flow and expression. How do you view the world? We need to hear it. So even though I am prepared to, as business is changing and life changes, if I need to go work for someone else, although God, I can't see that happening for me because God told me to quit a 9-to-5 and work for myself many years ago. But if I needed to do that, then I would be willing to do that. However, I can only imagine how that would impact the art, right? We're uploading, as you know, twice a week now. We upload to not only Spotify and Apple and iHeartRadio and Amazon and all these other platforms, but we also upload on YouTube. We also have a blog. And if you haven't checked that out, it's theultimateloveletter.com, where we put out a blog. Now we have The Ultimate Love Letter has its own Instagram that we're growing and we're posting there. So that in itself is very much a full-time job. So what I'm intending on the growth, the financial freedom, that really and truly is already here, and the intention is to continue it, would be to support the free flowing expression that is the Ultimate Love Letter. That is me. And so, and others, if you haven't known, but we built a well of clean water, for which clean water can flow in a small village in Bangladesh just about 6 months ago. And the intention is to build more. The intention is really to be able to impact the world, to be able to support you, our listeners, to be able to support those who are yet found us on our platform. The idea is to travel all around the world, to touch different cultures and different communities, spreading the good news, spreading God's message of love, of reverence, of creativity, of abundance, reminding everybody of the abundance that is their birthright. That is how I intend to use the tool of money. So for me, it was just really getting clear and making sure I'm aligned and that I'm not asking for a certain amount of money, financial windfalls, for my own egoic needs, right? Like egoic meaning to hoard, egoic meaning not to move forward, not to help move humanity, society forward. Aligned meaning to give in the way that God guides. Now, here's another thing. We can't save everyone, right? The intention is to save everyone. But I understand that God will highlight for me, like He is highlighting for you, the areas you are to give and what and how you are to give. What I mean by this is I engage with our homeless community. I engage with communities all around the world that I visit, that I'm living in. Right now, I'm living in Bali this summer. And although I see many ways that I would love to help, I can only help in the way that God is asking me to. So that is not to necessarily give to everyone that I see asking on the street. God will highlight the ones I am to give to. He will make, I can't even explain it. I see it with my third eye. There's an eye contact. There's a glow around the individual. There's something that is seen in the spiritual realm where I know without a shadow of a doubt, God is saying that person, that individual, that cause, that business owner. Yesterday I was out in Ubud and, having tea time and just going through the different shops. There's really nothing I need. I just love to be able to just engage and be looking at the different handmade goods and some things that are unique. I do need. I bring home. We have a store. If you don't know, we'll get into that later, but we have a store on all my travels. I bring back, one or two little trinkets, the same trinkets that I find special and unique that I have in my home. I bring a couple that are available on the store. We'll talk about that later. But as I'm going through the shops, God highlights the different business owners to purchase from. And when I'm done, I come home and I just thank God that I was able to provide business, to provide valuable trade to the individuals that He highlighted. Yesterday, for instance, I bought from two vendors in the arts market. And if you've never been to Indonesia or really anywhere, right, there's like this haggle. There's this need to haggle. And what I've learned, and you can take this as truth, when everyone starts a price, when you're in these like artist markets, it's always usually the price is somewhere 50% on where they started. I hate this. I don't want to haggle. And I actually led with that yesterday. I inquired about, a certain piece, this beautiful seashell dish, and he had the price astronomical. And now I know what these dishes are going for. I've already bought one in a different shape, and I know his price was severely elevated. And I just said, listen, I don't want to haggle. I said, I just want it to be a fair price for me. I want it to be fair for you. I want you to be able to gain a profit. I want to leave here happy. I want you to be happy. And immediately his whole guard came down and he dropped the price almost 50%. And he says, you already know what these are going for. And I paid him what I thought was fair. And he asked me, he said, are you happy? I said, I am. Are you? And he says, I am very happy. And he proceeds to tap the money all over all his goods as a form of good luck for more business to happen for the day. And I just immediately turned to God and I said, thank you, God, that I have been in tune and aligned to be able to see who you asked me to support and how you want me to do so. So I wanted to just give this money matter, this money concern, this money question to you. When we are out in our life chasing the bag, quote unquote, chasing the money, ask yourself, what is it that you want this money for? Just like any tool, it can be used to elevate you, to elevate others, to support you, to serve you, or it can be used the opposite way and direction. Whatever that money is for. Now, let's say it's for time freedom. That is honorable. I want my free time and I want it for you. Maybe you want to travel more. Maybe you're going to intend to build the most revolutionary next company. Get clear on what it is you're going to use this tool for, and then stay there in that intention. Kind of remove yourself from, the money, and chasing the bag, but no, chase the purpose. What is the purpose? Stay in the purpose. Intend for the purpose. The money will come, and the money will come in more abundance as a result of you simply getting clear and getting aligned with how you intend to use that tool that we call money. I just, as I felt led, I just needed to share that because it was certainly a message that resonated with me today. I had to make sure that I'm aligned with the reasoning that I'm asking for a certain amount of a windfall. So as I'm led, I just thought somebody out there also needed to hear it. In closing, remember who your source is. Your source is the divine. It is your highest self. It is God. It is the universe. Whoever you call this higher being than yourself, they are the source of it all. And when we are just focused on the mission, the purpose, the alignment, the passion, the love, all the money will flow in unlimited amounts. So there you have it. Go get clear on this whole thing that we chase every day, money. I also have to just thank everyone who has downloaded our free ebook. If you haven't done so, we created a free ebook on how to manifest your dreams. It's 3 easy steps. It's free and available for download. And along with it, I am also gifting free 15-minute one-on-one conversations with me, aligned to go along with the book, because even though there's 3 easy steps that you take to set you off on a way to manifest your dream life, challenges, opposition will certainly come. And that's where we need guidance, encouragement, and I'm happy to be that for you. So please take advantage of both of those. They are available on our blog site at theultimateleloveletter.com, and that's ultimateleloveletter.com. Also on my Instagram, and we'll have all that information in the show notes. Also, please review. We need more reviews. Thank you to those who have already given 5-star reviews. I'm honored. I thank you. If you haven't done so yet, please make this show more reachable, your show, your platform that you're building with me, and review it. Okay, until next time, love yourself and love others. We'll chat again soon. Bye for now.